Chat GPT 5.5 has arrived, and the AI arms race continues to heat up here, people. GPT 5.5 is here, and it is no potato. Not only does it beat Opus 4.7 in some of the benchmark testing, it narrowly beats Claude Mythos, which of course is the new notorious BIG on the market. So after months of rumors and reports, OpenAI finally comes out with the 5.5 that they have been touting. And the timing of this release, of course, comes just days after Opus 4.7 hits the market. Now, I'd say the most impressive part of all this is the terminal benchmarking here. You can see 5.5 hits 82.7% versus the previous version, which was down at 75%. But look at this compared to Opus 4.7 and Gemini. Gemini and Opus are here in the upper 60s. GPT 5.5, 82.7. So, take it with a grain of salt. But at this point in time, I think OpenAI has a slight lead in some of these benchmarks. Now, of course, this doesn't account for all the other stuff. The interface, the Claude code versus GPT codex argument. Of course, most people are going to have their own opinions there, regardless of benchmarking or anything like that. But this is exciting because we have a real arms race on our hands, and the software, these products are only going to get better, right? There's obviously many concerns, and many of those concerns are well-founded in terms of privacy, in terms of really what they're capable of doing. But if you're a casual consumer or business owner, I think you can look at these as huge wins for yourself. If you're willing to put forth the creativity and the effort, you can do a lot with these updated models. Now, it does come with an increase in cost, right? Because obviously, Claude is one of the more expensive LLMs on the market, especially when you're talking about Opus usage in Claude code. And if you're going to produce this kind of quality, there's going to be a certain amount of input price involved. So OpenAI's effectively doubled the entry price for its flagship model compared to the previous generation. So you can see the jump here from 5.4 to 5.5, that essentially doubled, and then 5.5 to 5.5 Pro, there's a 6x increase there. So not too surprising, but if you're looking to achieve coding results on more of a fast pace setting versus the depth that you'd get from using the full capability of GPT Codex, there is a fast mode within Codex where it generates tokens 1.5 times faster, but this is going to be at a 2.5 price premium. So just be aware of that. So some of the early feedback we're seeing from the power users and the engineers, it's kind of what you'd expect with those impressive benchmarks. For developers, the conceptual clarity, quote unquote, is its standout feature. It's able to create fixes pretty much autonomously, as you would expect. And many people are saying this is much more than just an incremental update. And so that begs the question, what is Opus 4.8 going to hold? I think that's where everyone's head's going to go from here, because this is just going to be a back and forth struggle to see it's just going to be a back and forth contest all the way through. So this is pretty exciting. I'm curious to hear if any one of you have tried GPT 5.5 yet, and if you've noticed any sort of difference between the previous iterations and what you're using it for. Because I know that every LLM kind of has strengths and weaknesses, even though many of them are starting to do similar things now. I know some people favor Codex over Claude Code and vice versa. So let me know your thoughts. Do you see this as a big leap? Have you noticed anything extraordinary at this point, or anything maybe less than extraordinary that they're overhyping here? Let us know. Leave a comment and subscribe while you're at it. We'll see you next time.